Picture this. You're peacefully sleeping at 3 a.m. when suddenly a 120-pound shadow appears in your doorway, breathing like Darth Vader, staring at you like you owe them money. Welcome to life with a Cane Corso, where your gentle giant becomes your beautiful nightmare. Today, we're counting down the 10 worst things about living with these magnificent monsters, and trust me, if you're thinking about getting one, you might want to sit down for this. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Furniture Destroyer. But wait, before we talk about what they destroy outside, let's discuss the carnage happening inside your home. Your beautiful leather couch? History? That expensive coffee table? Now kindling. Living with a Corso means accepting that furniture has an expiration date, and that date is usually tomorrow. These dogs don't just chew, they architect destruction. I've seen Corsos turn a perfectly good dining room set into abstract art in under an hour. They approach furniture like it's a personal challenge. Can I fit this entire chair leg in my mouth? The answer is always yes. And don't even think about leaving shoes around. They'll disappear faster than your hopes of having nice things. Your home becomes a fortress of chew toys, and somehow, they'll still prefer your grandmother's antique rocking chair. Number 9. Escape artists. Speaking of things disappearing, you know what else vanishes? Your dog, despite having Fort Knox-level security. Cane Corsos are basically furry Houdinis with a PhD in fence breaking. That 6-foot fence you installed? Cute. They'll either jump it, dig under it, or simply walk through it like it's made of tissue paper. I know owners who've built prison-grade enclosures only to find their Corso casually waiting at the front door like, "Oh, you're home early." They don't run away because they don't love you. They're just conducting important neighborhood business that apparently requires immediate attention. One minute they're napping in the yard, the next they're 3 blocks away, probably having coffee with the neighbors and discussing property values. GPS collars become less of an accessory and more of a survival necessity. Number 8. Overprotective behavior. But here's where things get really interesting. What happens when your gentle giant decides everyone is a threat? Your Cane Corso doesn't see visitors, they see potential invaders staging a hostile takeover. The mailman isn't delivering packages, he's clearly plotting world domination, and your dog is the only thing standing between civilization and chaos. Friend coming over? Better send a formal invitation 3 weeks in advance so your Corso can run a background check. They'll position themselves between you and literally everyone, including your grandmother, your toddler nephew, and that friendly guy at the coffee shop who just wants to pet your beautiful dog. Every doorbell becomes a DEFCON 1 situation, every delivery truck is suspicious, and God help the poor soul who dares to approach you while walking your protective tank. Number 7. Excessive drooling. Now, if you thought the overprotection was messy, wait until you hear about the biological hazard zone. Living with a Corso means accepting that your home will forever be decorated in ode to dog slobber. These magnificent beasts produce drool with the consistency of industrial-grade adhesive and the volume of Niagara Falls. You'll find drool strings hanging from your ceiling fan, and you'll have no idea how they got there. Your walls will have abstract art patterns that would make Jackson Pollock jealous, except it's not paint, it's saliva. Guests will politely pretend not to notice the drool mustache you're sporting after your dog's enthusiastic greeting. You'll invest in more towels than a 5-star hotel, and somehow still never have enough. Eating dinner becomes an extreme sport when a drool tsunami can strike without warning. Number 6. Stubborn personality. But the real challenge isn't what comes out of them. It's what goes into their incredibly thick skulls. Cane Corsos invented the phrase selective hearing. They understand every word you say, they just choose to ignore 90% of it. Training sessions become negotiations with a furry dictator who's convinced they know better than you about everything. Sit becomes a suggestion. Stay is merely a starting point for philosophical debate. They'll stare at you with those soulful eyes that say, "I understand what you want, but have you considered my alternative plan?" You'll spend more money on dog trainers than most people spend on college tuition, only to have your Corso decide that shake is the only command worth acknowledging, and only when treats are visible. Number 5. Space invaders. Think your personal space is sacred? Your Cane Corso has some news for you. Personal space is a human concept that Corsos have collectively decided to abolish. These dogs are convinced they're lapdogs trapped in the bodies of small horses. Your bed? Now theirs. Your favorite chair? Occupied territory. That comfortable spot on the couch where you used to relax? Ancient history. They'll somehow manage to take up 75% of a king-sized bed while you cling to the edge like you're rock climbing. Bathroom privacy becomes a thing of the past. They'll sit there watching you like a furry security guard, making sure you're properly handling your business. Your morning routine now includes a 120-pound shadow who needs to be involved in every single activity, from brushing your teeth to making coffee. Number 4. Exercise demands? Just when you think you can relax, remember, you're now the personal trainer for a canine athlete. Cane Corsos have the energy requirements of a professional athlete combined with the attention span of a toddler hopped up on espresso. That casual evening walk you used to enjoy? Now it's a military-grade expedition requiring proper equipment, strategic planning, and possibly a sports drink. They need physical exercise, mental stimulation, and spiritual enlightenment, apparently all at the same time. Skip a day of proper exercise and you'll come home to find they've rearranged your living room, without moving any furniture, just by running through it repeatedly. Your fitness tracker will show more steps than a marathon runner, except you're being dragged by a furry freight train who spotted something interesting 3 blocks away. Number 3. Veterinary costs? But here's where your wallet really starts crying. Wait until you see those vet bills. Taking a Cane Corso to the vet is like taking a luxury car to the mechanic. Everything costs 3 times more because of the size and complexity. Medication isn't sold by the pill, it's sold by the bucket. X-rays require industrial-grade equipment because apparently regular machines can't handle their magnificent bone density. Surgery becomes a team sport requiring multiple veterinarians and possibly a crane. Annual checkups turn into financial planning sessions where you discuss payment plans like you're buying a house. And heaven forbid they eat something they shouldn't. Which they will, because they're convinced everything is food. Emergency vet visits become more frequent than your regular doctor appointments. Number 2. Intimidation factor. Now, here's the plot twist that'll really surprise you. The biggest challenge isn't your dog, it's everyone else's reaction to them. Walking a Cane Corso is like being accompanied by a 4-legged public relations disaster. Children run away screaming. Adults cross the street. Your neighbors suddenly find reasons to go inside when you appear. Dating becomes complicated when potential partners need to pass a courage test just to enter your home. Innocent trips to the pet store turn into educational seminars where you explain to terrified strangers that yes, they're friendly, and no, they won't eat small children, probably. Your social life revolves around finding friends brave enough to visit. Delivery drivers leave packages at the end of your driveway like they're feeding bears at a wildlife preserve. Number 1. Separation anxiety. But the number 1 worst thing will absolutely break your heart while simultaneously destroying your home. The worst part about living with a Cane Corso isn't their size, their stubbornness, or even their drool. It's leaving them. These dogs form bonds stronger than superglue and have the emotional depth of a Shakespeare tragedy. Leave for 5 minutes to check the mail, and you'll return to find they've staged a 1-dog production of Waiting for Godot, except they're both Godot and the person waiting. Separation anxiety manifests as artistic expression through home destruction, vocal performances that alert the entire neighborhood to their distress, and escape attempts that would impress prison break consultants. They'll literally pine for you, like you've gone off to war when you're just grabbing groceries. The guilt of seeing those heartbroken eyes every time you reach for your car keys will haunt you forever. So, there you have it. The 10 worst things about living with a Cane Corso. Chaos, destruction, and drama aside, most owners wouldn't trade them for anything. These dogs don't just steal furniture, they steal hearts. Survived life with a Corso? Share your wildest story in the comments. Thinking of getting one? You're either brave or insane. Subscribe for more truths about these incredible dogs.